Yeah, I was just saying though that in my case, I love graphics. And that's what is so important. Like to play WoW versus ESO, I'll always go to ESO because the graphics are superior, and that's important to me. I like to see that realistic looking background and everything else. I enjoy that, but is it a game breaker? If everything else is perfect, I agree with you. It's not the end all, be all, that type of thing, but it is important to me. And when I saw Star Wars, I was like, my God, this is. I mean, I'm in a movie.
Oh, it was by far the
Perfect.
most beautiful game
It's
I've
the
ever
best game
played.
I've ever played. Exactly, I agree with you. From that standpoint, I think it's the best game out there. But that's where it goes down for me because it's just I could not concentrate on where anybody. I couldn't find them half the time until they shot me. And God, when that AT-AT got at me, that was it. Boom, bang, boom. I was dead. I just don't have the. I have to probably practice, but I don't have the desire
Right.
to do that. So for me, this isn't my kind of a game. So I
So
don't even want to
what
get
it
into it.
boils down to in a nutshell is that
And it wouldn't be fair
we
because it's
gave
just
it
not
a
my type of game.
1.5 Golden Banana overall review, which is not great. For me, the graphics were like a 4 Golden Banana, but everything else dropped it way down. Um, so it's a 1.5 on the beta. So this doesn't look very hopeful for us for this game. It's definitely something that if you're a Star Wars fan, pick it up.
Oh yeah, I'm still probably gonna pick it up.
If
I'm
you're a
Totally agree with
graphics
that.
junkie, pick it up. Um, but if you're a hardcore first-person shooter, it's not your game.
Uh,
It's not Battlefront 1 or 2.
all
Just
right.
get that in your head now. It is not Battlefront 1 or 2. And
No.
nor do I think it should be.
No, I was disappointed. I had such high hopes for this game. I actually came off of it very disappointed. The graphics blew me away, but that's it. Period. That's all it was awesome about it. Um,
Agreed.
all right, guys. So we're gonna get into a little bit more here. I'm gonna go into Hearthstone. So I've been playing it
Ooh,
a lot lately, and I've gotten some of my co-hosts back into it, and it's been fun. Which reminds me, Justin, I have a quest. I need to watch you play a match.
Yeah, no. I'm
All
just
right.
gonna sit and not play for 3 days now, so you don't get to do the quest.
I love you too, buddy. So Hearthstone decks, they have different names for them, and there's a lot of strategies behind them. I'm gonna go over some of the more popular based decks right now in the game, and how you build them, and basically what their basic strategy is. And they have, like I said, funny names for them, like the Face deck. The Face deck is basically a deck that's built around the quick finish. You basically want to get your opponent defeated by around turn 6 or 7. And it's possible. It's all built on around the low mana value minions. So you want to get low I can't talk. So you want to get low mana minions that have a high attack. Period. And as many as you can get with charge. Warrior is great for a face deck because he has a lot of base charge minions, and so is Hunter. Your 3 most popular for face decks is Warrior, Hunter, and Shaman. The Murloc deck is really popular as a face deck because they're all low value minions and they have multiple buffs you can do through the Murlocs, for Murlocs only, to create a very quick hit. If you get all the cards out right away, you can beat someone by turn 5 very easily.
Right.
I've done it. And if you want to go for the quick win, that's the way to do it. But keep in mind though, if your opponent has good board control, you're toast. You have no chance of winning. So you got to bank on if you're playing a face deck, you got to bank on the fact that your opponent doesn't have the right cards in the beginning to control the deck, to control the board. And by controlling the board, I mean controlling your minions area. That's where the game plays at. That's what you want to try to control in most cases. A face deck's just trying to get through that. The biggest hindrance for a face deck is taunts. So what you want to do is make sure you have spells to get rid of taunts and save your spells for that purpose. If you're playing a priest, you want to have your silence. If you're playing a warrior, you want to get rid of your destroy damage minions, so on and so forth. Hunter has destroy random minions, so on and so forth. And I gotta stop saying so on and so forth. So face deck, just remember you want to have ways of getting rid of the taunts, and you just want to get charged and low mana value minions with a high attack value. That's what that's all about. You guys have any questions or anything like that? Comments? Feel free to jump in. Control deck. It's AKA the late game deck. This one's designed basically to gain full board control early in the game and then hit hard in late game. By late game, I mean turn 7 and higher, where you have more than 7 mana. Mage and Priest are very common in control decks because they have a great board control mechanics. Mage probably has the best board control mechanics in the game with all their different spells. Especially the new expansion, you got a lot more like Flame Lance, things like that, that can just take out minion after minion after minion. So in the early game, you want to make sure you have low value spells to just keep control of the board. Make sure they don't have any minions up or very few. And when late game hits, you hit them hard and strong with giants is very common. Getting those giants in there with the 8/8 attack health. High game legendaries are very common for this. And especially with Mage, because Mage is a heavy hitting late game class. Because they have Pyroblast and they have Fireball. Fireball does 6 hit points of damage, and you don't have to worry about taunts. And Pyroblast, which is a 10 mana hit, but it hits for 10 hit points. So when I play my Mage, I actually play more of a tempo deck with my Mage. My Mage is a spell power tempo deck. I'll get into that in a little bit. To where I want to get him down to 20 hit points. Once I get him down 20 hit points, and I know I can last until turn 10, I have him beat. There's nothing they can do to stop me, unless they beat me already. The biggest problem with a control deck is you have to worry about the face decks. They can overwhelm you in the beginning if you're not careful. Tempo deck. The idea behind a tempo deck is to always have a card in play every single turn on the board. This is a very heavy minion deck. You want to make sure you have those turn 1, turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, etc. And you want to have minions that summon other minions upon death. That way you constantly have something on the board in play at all times. The really popular ones with that, the cards that are a must-have for this deck, are the Piloted Shredder and the other mechs that summon a new minion once they die have the same value. Really good classes for this are Priest, Hunter, even Shaman works good for this, as well as Warlock. So that's what a tempo deck is to keep a constant, steady tempo of the board. Dr. Boom is a must-have as well for the control. And a lot of decks in professional play right now revolve completely around Dr. Boom, which is crazy. Let's go into some more specific style decks. The Shaman Totem deck. This is one of my favorites. I play this one quite a bit. It's very Shaman specific, obviously, because their hero power is the totem. Most people think of the totems as being useless. They're random between 1 spell power, 1 health after your turn, a 0/2 taunt, or a 1/1 attack. They seem pretty worthless. But with the right cards, they can become extremely overpowering quickly. Cards, in order to make the Shaman Totem deck work, you have to have specific cards. The Totemic Might is a good one to have in there because it grants your totems 2 extra health, and it's a 0 cost card. When you get 2 or 3 totems out, throw that on there. They get 2 extra health. They give more lasting power. Flame Tongue Totem is fantastic because that gives the 2 attached minions +2 to attack. Manatide Totem, at the end of your turn, it gives you an extra card, which is a great one to have, and it's a totem as well. The Tuskar Totemic is a great one to have. You want to play 2 of these if you can. They're a 3 mana card that basically summons any random totem in the game. So they can summon an immediate totem right away. The Draenei Totem Carver is a must-have because it's a 1/1 for each totem on the field. If you pulled out 5 totems and your opponent's playing a face-style deck where they're just trying to roll into you and ignoring your totems, that card can become easily an 8/8 or a 9/9 for 5 mana, which is a big game changer. You want to have Bloodlust, which adds +3 to attack for 1 turn to all of your minions. So if you have a heavy totem-based deck, you have 4 or 5 minions out, that can literally end the game right there for 5 mana. The 2 most important that you have to have The Mistcaller, it's a legendary. It gives all your minions in your hand and your deck +1 to health and attack, which is extremely valuable. And Thunderbluff Valiant. It's an Inspire card, so when you play your hero power, it gives all totems +2 attack, and it stacks. So if you had 2 of those out, you're getting every totem on your board +2 or +4 attack every turn. Within 2 turns, you can have 8 attack totems on your hand and completely wipe them out within 2 turns. But it's heavily reliant on luck, getting the right cards at the right time. If you get those right cards, though, you have about 7-8 different ways of beating your opponent. Let me see here. The Paladin Secrets deck. This is a very, very popular one right now. I also play this one. The entire deck revolves around a single card. That's the Mysterious Challenger. You put one of each secret in your deck into the playfield at once. One of each secret. Thus, you want him to have all the secrets you can fit into your deck. Other key cards are Competitive Spirit, which is a secret. What that one does is it gives, on your next turn, all minions in play get a 1/1 buff. And you want to really have low mana based minions for this deck, because you want to pull out as many minions as possible early on. Muster for Battle, which summons 2 Silverhand recruits and a 1/4 weapon. That's just the idea of getting those recruits out there. Blessing of Kings, which gives your minion 1 minion +4 health and +4 attack. A great one as well as a legendary Justicar Trueheart, which changes your hero power for the remainder of the game to where you summon 2 Silverhand recruits, not just 1. So you're again stacking that board. And when you get out your Mysterious Challenger, you're going to completely turn the tide of the battle. Even if your opponent is winning at that time, you can completely change that entire match. So it's basically a modified version of the face deck. The Demon Hamlock. I do not play this one because I don't have the cards for it. It's considered the most powerful one currently in tournament play, other than the Warlock one or the Warrior one that's being nerfed. This is a Warlock specific deck. The bad thing about it is that it requires 4 legendaries that you need to have in order to pull it off properly. And 2 of them are Warlock specific legendaries. I don't have a single one. Lord Jaraxxus, which takes the place of your Warlock as Lord Jaraxxus, which gives you some massive buffs. Mal'Ganis, which basically makes you immune and gives all of your demons a buff while he's in play. Emperor Thrasis and Dr. Boom are 2 of the legendaries that is required. This is a Warlock control deck, and it's got a massive lean towards self-preservation with big hits. So if you have those cards, try it out. It's a winning deck. I don't really care for Warlock myself, but I've been wiped out with those decks. The Dragon Priest. This is a fun one, but you cannot really do this one unless you have gotten and beaten Blackrock Mountain expansion, because a lot of the cards you get from that are required for this deck. They're all dragon based. Basically, it's just building a priest deck around all dragon cards. A few good ones to have are 4 legendaries actually. The Nexus Champ, the Chilmaw, Ysera, and Confessor Paltris. Those are, and then of course all the other dragon cards that you get, and it can become a very, very powerful late game hitting deck. Last one I'll talk about is the Spell Power deck. This is one of my favorite ones to play with my mage. And it's just as it sounds. It's built around spell power minions. You want to get all the minions you can out there that have spell power buffs with your direct hitting spells. Because each time you pull out a minion that has 1+1 to spell damage, each one of your direct hitting spells gets 1 more damage to them. So if you have 7 spell damage on the board, that Pyroblast goes from a 10 to a 17. One card that is really, really necessary for this deck is Malygos. It's a legendary that gives you +5 spell damage. It has 4 attack and 12 hit points, so it has survivability. It's a game changer. You can literally wipe out someone's health in 1 hit with a mage. So that's your basic decks with Hearthstone. I just want to kind of clarify that, and hopefully it helps people out who are getting into it. Play the game, get your gold, get your cards, and hope you get legendaries. If not, save up dust and make legendaries that you need. Comments, questions, concerns?
I normally play a rogue, and there was nothing in there for them.
Actually, the one I see the rogue play a lot of is control decks.
Yeah, I have some pretty good cards, but I keep on running into people that have got loads of legendaries and stuff like that, and I just get wiped out. So I think I need to play more.
Best way to learn, practice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep playing it,
Grab
practicing.
more cards.
The thing to do, what I've noticed, is to take the hero that you like playing, research on what kind of decks people are playing with it, because there's a lot of information out there, but also
Yep.
kind of just build your deck and then play a few games in play mode and see where your weakness is. Just kind of gauge where that is, and then just kind of add and change cards to fit your play style.
Yep.
And eventually you'll have decks that become extremely good. And that's what I'm doing with my Shaman, Mage, and Druid are the three that I play primarily right now. I'm just kind of altering those decks as I play them to get them better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got a few minutes left. Let's go into what we've been playing. I'm going to call on
Okay.
Fred.
Fred. Well, I was at the hospital for most of last week. So,
Right.
but I have been playing on the iPhone a lot. And also I do play the game NFL Showdown, which is a football manager with the NFL, and I love it. I'm now 15th level or whatever they call it in there, and in my 4th league, and I'm probably going to make the Super Bowl again and probably lose it again. I haven't won it yet, but I try. But
You sound like the Dolphins.
yeah, really. At least the Giants win, but what can I say?
That's why I said the Dolphins.
Yeah. In the iPhone though, I have a couple games that I play. I play a game called Yahtzee. Yeah, everybody's heard of that.
Yeah.
But this is a game where you can play through Facebook, or you can play it on the iPhone, or I'm sure they have the Android version too. It's really cool because they modified it a bit to give you different things, bonus dice and things like that. It's really fun. I enjoy it. It's addictive, unfortunately, but it's fun. And I've been playing a new game that I got my hands on. I don't know how new it really is, but it's called Demon Hunter 5. And it's a really
Yep.
cool RPG. Great storyline, in my opinion. And basically, you're a trusted member of a merc guild, and you get put out on these adventures, these contracts. And you do them, and then all of a sudden, your guild is actually attacked, and the guild master was mortally wounded, and his dying breaths is basically naming you the new guild master. And so the story goes on, and I haven't gotten too much further than that, but it's a cool game, and it's easy to actually control for me, which is really cool. And of course, typical Chronos and ESO.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I get a chance to get in there. Not often enough, unfortunately, but I'll get in there a little bit more. So there's my games of the week.
Sounds good. Katie, what you been up to?
Nothing much. Played some Elder Scrolls Online on Sunday. Finally got all the fragments to make my Sigil Ambrosia as well, which is awesome.
Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
You need to make me some of
I
them.
can now do that. And I haven't really been playing much else. I think I logged into Diablo 3 at one point, got some more set items that were completely useless. As it is, I need my ancient sets. Come on. And yeah, that's been it. We've been having a Harry Potter marathon as well, so it's
Oh, okay.
so,
Movie
yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's been movies this week, not gaming.
Well, you didn't play any
unfortunately.
Tomb Raider.
I know I didn't, but my other half did, so he played loads.
I like the fact you called him your other half. That's cool.
It's that Brit terminology, isn't it?
No, that's actually worldwide, but
Yeah.
it's not something that too many couples say about each other, which is a disappointment.
Oh, we do.
That's a good thing.
Good for you.
If you
Justin,
ever had us both in TeamSpeak, we are the same as each other.
Justin, what about you, buddy?
I played a little bit of Hearth. I play controlled tempo decks usually. That's mostly just because I understand that style of play a lot because I played that style a lot in Magic, and that's one of my hints. If you know your kind of deck you play in Magic, if you play Magic a lot, you can pretty much figure out what kind of style you want to play in Hearth.
Yeah. It's the same principle.
Yeah, everything, every card game imaginable that's fantasy based and has attacking creatures and things like that can trace itself back to Magic at some point.
Yep.
So
I wonder if they have to pay royalties.
That's a good question. I doubt it.
I doubt it too, but
I
I Magic, I would be doing that. To the coast, rather.
Hasbro.
Now, yeah.
I played a lot of Battlefront. That was a lot of fun. Too bad I was a little limited on the beta, but it was still fun. I played
Right.
Gigantic. That was fun.
Yeah.
And I played some League. I streamed some League.
Thank you.
Still stuck in silver right now, sadly. I got what is it? 3 more weeks to hit gold, so I can get my free skin. Yeah, something like that.
Good for you. Good luck.
We'll see how it goes. I got a lot more to go. I need about 300 some odd more points right now.
When I did forget Gigantic too, I did play that with you guys, so
Yep.
Yeah, you did.
forgot all about that.
What did you play, Joe?
Oh man, Hearthstone.
No one cares about that.
I had a late night. I had a late night playing it last night. Decided to stream. I wasn't tired, and I had more bad luck than normal for me, and it was a rage fest. And so I put it on YouTube.
Sorry, I was in bed.
I put it on YouTube. It was so bad, just so people can see what my bad luck looks like at its worst. I played 8 games. I won 1.
I'm sorry, I missed that. That would have been funny.
Yeah,
Well, it's up on YouTube.
it's on YouTube. Check it out.
We'll have to watch that.
You might cry a little bit. I know I did.
No,
Well, I might cry. I just might cry from laughter, but I don't think I'll just cry.
It will be from It'll be from the sheer laughter and the pain from the laughter, probably.
Oh,
It was terrible. Oh my god.
How dare you? My stomach hurt. Oh.
Anything that could go wrong went wrong. It was terrible. It was unreal terrible. I couldn't believe it. Even for me, that was bad. And that's just really bad. Oh my
You
god.
poor soul. You poor soul.
Yeah, I did play Battlefront. We already talked about that. It's like, no, okay, look. I have some decks that are like 90% good luck and 10% bad luck on any normal person. For me, it's 10% good luck and 90% bad luck. Last night, it was 1% good luck, 99% bad luck. I couldn't do anything. The one time I got a couple of cards to play the right way, I won a match. Every other time, I don't think I made it past 7.
And the rage still continues.
Ah,
We laugh.
damn you, Hearthstone. Why do I love
I
you and
swear
hate you?
This is what you should be writing a book about. Your bad luck.
Right?
You would have a bestseller.
I'd have called the Bad Luck Chronicles.
Yeah, because you probably could write easily a three book trilogy.
I
No
could.
doubt about it.
Now I'd just be scratching the surface. My God.
Right, yeah, if it continues, for sure.
If there is a way to have bad luck in a game, I'm going to find it. Guaranteed. Gigantic. Played that. Ran into some bad luck. I played some Sims 4. I figured that was, very little chance at having bad luck.
Did your character have a heart attack?
He almost... Okay, you got to get this. This is the best part about this. My guy almost died the very first day at work.
Well, that's because you couldn't figure out how to rotate objects.
No.
I told
He
you
caught
clearly.
fire trying to experiment on a machine in the lab.
Only you, man.
Almost died the very first freaking day. I thought I was bulletproof in that game. There's no way. And then I remembered the last time I played that game, my idiot guy got impregnated by aliens twice in a row. When it's supposed to be like this ultra rare thing to happen to you, no, it happened to me just 2 things in a row. That's on
Wouldn't that
YouTube.
be like you became rich because of that?
No, it ruined my chances of becoming rich.
You need a better agent, man.
I do.
Your guy. You said a guy gets impregnated.
Yes,
by an
a
alien,
dude.
and you didn't even get any money off of that.
No. So I find out I gotta go through this whole mess of my guy having, pregnancy pains, trying to run a stupid store. Has this stupid baby. I get rid of it, send it back to him, and the very next day I'm impregnated again.
Again.
I can't win.
About 4 days in the game.
See, that's why
you should have been on television, all the talk shows,
right?
on the rags, right? I mean, all the paper rags.
Jerry Springer would have
I
loved
could
me.
just see the headline, you know?
I would have been a hit with Jerry Springer. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, right. Man impregnated by aliens. I mean, good God.
Twice in a row.
And yeah, there's another book you could have wrote.
I was hoping my guy could create this alien nuke, and that when they came anywhere near my house again, I was gonna just blow them up. But no. I did play ESO.
They figured after 2, they just gave up on you.
Yeah. And I played ESO, okay, thinking, okay, I normally have decent luck in ESO, okay? And there was this quest where I had to get... There's very few quests in ESO where you have to try to get drops.
Oh, yeah.
It took me 23 mobs to get a single drop, which normally would take me maybe 1 or 2. At that point,
I
I
thought you
said,
said drunk. I'm sorry.
no,
Drop.
drop. So I said, forget this, and turned it off.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, my luck's an epic win. What can I say? I might play something tonight like Black Flag that doesn't have any luck in there, I think.
Knowing your luck, you'll catch
I'll find
this
it.
random bug that just randomly shows up, and
Yeah.
you instantly die.
Yeah, I'll find it. There's a way I'll find it.
There's always randomness in games.
Yeah, unfortunately. That's why I focus so much on skill.
Right.
I gotta have some way to counteract it. Or I'd never be playing games again.
Oh, my goodness.
It just spills over into my real life, too.
That's a good way to end the show.
You know, I'm
Joe
with you
just
on that.
needs to have a YouTube series that's called Bad Luck Joe, and it's just random games all the
That's a
time.
hell of a great handle.
Yeah, right?
Bad luck, Joe.
Let's see what
Bad
kind of
luck,
bad
Joe.
luck I can come up with today.
Bad Luck Joe plays.
See, the way I play Hearthstone,
Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
I have decks that can get me to Legendary, but there's no way in hell I can get past rank 15 because my luck just will not allow it. Just won't.
I mean, you see, that would be the way to do it. You know, you just Bad Luck Joe tries for level 15. He tries
I've been trying.
hard,
See,
but something happens. He gets impregnated by an alien. The wrong game. Can you believe it?
Wouldn't that be it? Cross-platform,
You have a perfect
cross-game
for
bugs.
Joe that you need to start doing.
Oh boy, I think I'm gonna rename the show Bad Luck Joe this episode. All right, guys, we're over time. We're gonna go ahead and call that here.
Yeah,
We'll see how my luck goes this week,
Before some bad luck happens with this show.
right?
It
We've
happens.
already had it all night. My internet's been crashing.
Yeah, what more do you need?
All right, everybody, we're gonna call it a night here. Have a great week. Hopefully we'll have ESO on next week. I'm gonna bug the snot out of them until we get a hold of them. We'll keep an eye on our Twitter. You can either my Twitter or the show's Twitter at NM Gaming Show, and we'll let you guys know when we're gonna get the ESO staff on this show. They told me they want to do it, so it's just a matter of when. Keep on gaming, everybody, and we'll definitely talk to you next Wednesday night.
Tune in next episode or later for streams for more Bad Luck Joe.
Thanks, Justin.
Hey, everybody, safe journey. Have fun. Whatever you do, always remember, be positive and enjoy life.
And try not to have the same
I
bad
can,
luck.
I can agree with that.
Leave it all to Joe. He's got enough to handle everybody.
Right? Okay, I'm trying to find my end credits. 'Cause I had to change out the system here.
Say goodbye, Katie.
Hurry up.
Bye.
There you go. He was forgetting about you already.
I think this one might be it.
More bad luck.
More bad luck. There it is. He needs to keep resistance. He needs it. And thank you.
That's the old end credits. Oops.
Bad luck.
Oh, all right. 8 o'clock at night, too. Oh, well.
Oh, well, screw it. Everybody, have a